Hello, I'm Mike. Continue the previous video part 1. In today's video, I shall demonstrate the steps to create a ListBox user form by Visual Basic for dependent on Dropdown List. If you like to watch more videos from my channel, you may press subscribe button in the right bottom corner. In previous video, we have created two drop-down lists in the Excel template. By selecting regions and accounts, we found the drop-down list selection window is too small in size with limited visible rows when scroll the long account list. To improve the user experience, we shall apply one method, Vba UserForm ListBox. In Excel template, under Develop tab in top ribbon, choose and click Visual Basic icon. In the modulars folder, we see a previous created simple macro modular for reset selection. For creating user form list box in our template, we choose Insert tab from top ribbon and in the submenu choose user form. Then a form object appears in object window with a pop-up toolbox for controls creation. If you do not see the toolbox, you may enable it by choose View tab in top ribbon and click the toolbox. Now we can use mouse to click and move the form frame line to resize the form. Give the form the name FRMDV, which means Form Data Validation, and enter the Select Item to End for the form caption. For creating list selection in form, we click the form object and choose list box control from toolbox and place it into form at just the side of the list box. Now we need to create two command buttons. One is OK button to confirm our selection, and one is Cancel button for close form without selection. Choose and click the Control command button from toolbox and place it in the bottom of the form. Right-click the button, copy and paste it again inside of the form. Adjust their position. For left button, give the name as CMD OK in Property window. And name the button as OK. For right button, give name as CMD Cancel. And name the button as Cancel. Finally, we click the list box in form and name it as a DV list in Property window. Now we have all controls in the form with their defined names. Next step is to create Vba procedure for each control. The first procedure is to call form. We choose the form and click View tab from top ribbon, or you may right-click the form to choose View Code from dialog list. Then in the code window, we see a click event procedure created for the user form, but we use the Initialize event instead of the click event to prepare the user form for use. This is a typical setting for call a form. For more details regarding the reason, please refer to my attached Microsoft Doc link and the discussion forums link in below description. Inside the procedure, we assign the active drop-down list value from the workbook to the list box raw source properties of the form. Thus, the code line should be me, which is the form object, dot dvList, which is the list box name, dot raw source, which is the list box property, equals to a defined variable. Let's give the name to it as dvListStr. The dvListStr variable should carry the active drop-down list from the workbook. It should be declared as a global variable with a string data type. For the global variable declaration, I created another modular and named it as a global setting. Use Option Explicit to force the declaration to the global variable dvListStr as a string. This global variable can be utilized in all modulars, functions, sub-procedures, and classes in this workbook. Now for button execution, the user clicking should be the trigger. Let's click the OK button in the Form object window. It brings us to the code window with a created click event sub-procedure. Inside the procedure, the first code line is XlDVType and move to the next execution line. Then the next line should be to the active cell. We assign the value of selected item from list box of the form. Then close the form by unload me. For cancel button, it should be a simple code line inside the sub-procedure. That is unload me to close the form. Now we have completed the procedure creations for all controls in the form. The last thing is to force the declare all variables inside of those procedures by adding Option Explicit on top of the code window. By the first, we can create the Vba procedure to apply the form object to the front pager, which has a drop-down list. Click the front pager tab, enable the code window. On the left top object drop-down list, choose the worksheet. Then in left top procedure drop-down list, the selection changing is a default selection. This selection changing provide procedure is generated in which a target is passed as an argument when the event fires. Here, the target is the ranger that changed and caused the event to fire and run the codes. Let's place the false declarations option explicit on top to the procedure. From the front page tab, we need to identify the data validation type for the drop-down list. The DV type should be defined as a long data type variable. Regarding the data validation type list, please refer to the Microsoft doc site, which has all 8 type lists there. The list data validation type value is 3. From the pager, we also need and define a text string variable strList to get the selected list range value. Step into coding creation. Our first line is XlNAL and move to next line. On next line, if the user select only one cell, then we shall carry on. Otherwise, exit this procedure. In exit handle, before exit the procedure, we need to enable the event to force the form application run again. Now back to the second line. If the user select only one cell, then we need to stop the running of the form application and fetch the value for the defined variables. Now we can find the value for DV type by entering DV type equals to target.validation.type. If the data validation type is 3, then enter strList equals to target.validation.formula1, which returns the string value of data validation formula. Regarding the validation object property, please refer to my attached reference in the video descriptions. In next line, we shall exclude the equals sign from the formula string by text function. Then we transfer the string value to the global variable dvListStr. And display the form. Last, to enter the end if to close the condition. By the first now, we have completed the data validation procedure creation for front page tab. Now let's have a test on our created user form. Yes, it pop-ups the form and able to select the item to add. Let's do a minor makeup for the form appearance. Move back and select the form object view. In the left object property window, find List Style box and choose the Form List Style option. Find the multi-selection box. Ensure single option is chosen. Back to the Excel front page tab. Select the region, and in the form list, we have option circle appears. Choose the account, same option circle appears. By now, we have completed the VBA user form creation for Dropdown List in this video. In coming video part 3, I shall shortly brief on how to deep hidden, dimension, and admin tabs, and also give a hint on how to protect the front page tab with the editable fields. Thanks for your watching. If you like to watch more videos from the channel, please press the subscribe button in below. See you in next video.